Hi, everybody. This is Rachel, and this is our second discussion board. This has been a wild and crazy day, and I'm laughing because every time I've tried to record this, something has happened. So just bear with me, and I apologize for the first discussion board, but I promise this time I will at least turn YouTube to public so you can see it. We were tasked this week with finding a religion that wasn't our own denomination that we were interested in that made an impact on American society. And it was really kind of difficult to see because we studied so many fascinating religions. My personal religion was Baptist. I was born, raised, baptized, married, dedicated my children, watched my children be baptized, all in a Baptist church. So, finding out about all these other religions has been very interesting, and I've enjoyed every minute. Recently, my sister and I took a DNA test through Ancestry.com, and we found out that we had a lot of English and Irish ancestry. And because of that, I think I was kind of drawn to Catholicism as a religion that I wanted to learn a little bit more about. And basically because of the Irish ancestry that I had. There were a couple facts and figures first of all, let me go back a second. Catholicism started in America, mainly in the colony of Maryland. George Calvert, Lord Baltimore, established Maryland as a tolerant area for Roman Catholics. He had hoped that people could come over here and not be persecuted like they had in England. And as we've all studied, America was truly founded pretty much for religious tolerance. The Catholic religion didn't grow quite as fast in America as the Protestant religion did, but it still had its roots and it still did grow eventually. From 1815 to 1861, there were about 5 million Catholics in America. And out of those, 40% of those were of Irish descent. Part of the reason that they came over here was due to the Irish potato famine that was devastating to Ireland. They also wanted their own Irish national identity that they couldn't get in Ireland. And there was a concentration of Irish immigrants that they wanted to come over and join. During that time period, the Civil War had started, so, we had a war going on. After the Civil War, through the 1870s to the 1910s, we had a huge immigration movement going on in the United States. And a lot of those immigrants that were coming here were from Ireland, Italy, Germany, Polish, and their religious ethnicity came from the Roman Catholic Church. The neat thing that I thought was very interesting was the priests that were here in America had set up communities for the immigrants that came to this country. They made it so that the areas around the churches were like their own communities. And as they moved into these communities, they practiced their traditions from the old countries, even while they took on American values and kind of became Americanized, as one article said. One place that was really cool was Reverend Edward Soren purchased land around Notre Dame University, and he sold it to these Irish and German immigrants for $25. Can you imagine buying land today for $25? And as they bought the land, they were able to purchase houses. He also held some of their mortgages so that when they came over here, they became landowners, which was something they were never able to do in Ireland. From 1850 to 1924, there was a huge Polish immigrant, and they set up as well what they call national parishes. The Irish immigrants that came in, and the Catholic Church actually took such an interest in their community that they also helped them with jobs, with finding work, being protected in those jobs, which was a forerunner of some of our labor movements. Um, and you had some very powerful priests at that time, like Edward Sorin from Notre Dame. You had Carroll, who was in South Carolina, and you also had Bishop John Ireland, who was out in the Midwest. And the Midwest was one of the growth areas in that region. One of the quotes that came out of this was, it said, "We're establishing the social and religious infrastructure that would sustain a vital church life once the crisis of immigration had become only a family memory." And I thought that was a pretty good statement because, they basically did set up a life for them. They established schools, they established their church, they established their social order, their community. And as these families grew and took on more American traditions, they took with them those Catholic traditions as well. So that's my take on the Catholics in the United States and some of the impact they had. And again, the statement from Liberty: historians must be objective and honest in their investigations, and I hope I've lived up to that. So thank you very much. Have a great evening, and we'll see you again soon.